Hello, my love. So I have not done like straight up face-to-face YouTube in a while. So welcome. I'm currently in Bali and I just wanted to share this with you because over the last 2 years I've been going on this kind of like journey with my nervous system. In 2022, the end of 22, my nervous system was shot, adrenal fatigue, all the things. Like I want to tell you how bad it was. Y'all know I'm a very active person. I pop out content like no other, but there were literal days that I couldn't even fathom getting out of my bed. I couldn't even fathom creating. All I could do is watch Netflix and watch YouTube. Like that was like, and obviously eat food, but like that was all I could really do. And then if I was really lucky, I would get out of my house and go for a walk because I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I was in this like crazy fight or flight nervous system restriction. And, there were a lot of things going on in my life at that point, which till this day, most of you that follow my journey know that since 2018, I've pretty much been the main caregiver of my mom that, struggles with depression and a brain injury. And there's so much that comes with that. And this is her story to tell. So I can only give you my version of it, but it can weigh very heavy on your heart, your nervous system, and it took me out. It took me out, and it took me out because I was putting, everyone first beyond myself. And I was still obviously running my business. So it was just a lot on me, a lot on my nervous system. And that kind of led me into this beautiful nervous system work so that I could come back to regulation. I could back to like, like actually breathing, right? So today's video is all about, tapping into the energetic expansion of your nervous system and understanding it. And I am going to bring up a beautiful diagram on the screen because I really, invite you to see. I'm a very visual person. So I invite you to see what I'm actually doing. And I'm going to take you through some things that kind of can help your nervous system and understand your nervous system, as well as your spine a bit more, and also helping you unlock your soul gifts. And that's one of the major things. Like, I'm sure the majority of you have heard Kundalini energy. If you haven't heard about Kundalini, Kundalini is basically, can see it as this beautiful snake um, that just like coils around the bottom of your tailbone. And it really holds the wisdom of you, your soul, your gifts, deeper connection and co-creation with oneness and wholeness and source and God. And as you become more active in your higher consciousness, this Kundalini energy is able to rise and you're able to feel more of you, right? Even like when I'm talking about my Kundalini energy is like, whoop, right? Because right now I'm just moving everyone's Kundalini energy. So you might feel Shamudra Kaya Tra Tra. You might feel the urge to just like rotate your beautiful body. Shamudra Kaya Kia Tra Kaya. Shoo, 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 shoo. I have my Helion support out here. Also, I have my bathing suit on because after this, I'm going into the pool. And I have this beautiful dress. It's funny, y'all know I side note. So I bought this dress when I came to Bali last year for my sister, and she came to Bali and she loved it. So when I was leaving, she was like, "Oh, do you want to take the dress?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to take the dress." And I feel like a goddess wearing it. So we have two dresses that always come with us when we travel. So we travel at different times because obviously if I'm in Bali, she's taking care of my mom. If, she's somewhere else, I'm in that space. So I feel like we have two dresses that are like the traveling dresses of me and my sister. And I have another one hanging. And she's like, did you get the dress? Did you get the dress? And now we have two. We're so cute. We're so cute. Anyway, side note done. Y'all know me. I like to life as I talk about this stuff too. It's important to bring us, here, grounded space, right? Story time is beautiful. So coming back to this Kundalini energy, a lot of the Kundalini energy actually gets stuck coiled around your spine because there's so much density within your vertebrae, within your spine. Take a deep breath in and let it go. In go. And I want you and I invite you to connect to your spine right now, starting from the top of your head, going all the way down to your coccyx, which is right, your tailbone, all the way down to your tailbone. And imagine this golden light just flowing all the way down your spine. Right, feel it? Oh my God, I feel that. If you feel it, drop something in the comments. Let me know what you're experiencing right now. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to share this with you on the screen. You ready? Let's go. Let's go, 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 let's go. Okay, so hopefully you can see this fine. This is obviously a diagram of our spine, right? And, we can look through them and we can really tune in to what is in between the vertebrae. And this is something that I teach in the Light Language Academy now. So if you have been wanting to expand your quantum healing, light language channeling, and you want to learn about the nervous system and what I teach, definitely jump in the Light Language Academy. There are 2 spots left. Okay, so you ready? I don't know if you can, I don't think you can technically see me, but I think you can see this. Yeah, you can see this. Perfect. So I'm going to give you some examples of what I've been doing with my clients lately. So I've had clients that have come to me with financial issues, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, feeling tired and exhausted, feeling limited in their soul gifts and expansion. But I would feel a lot of them, the majority is limitation around money because I do a lot of money work. So this is the beautiful part. I'm going to start with money and then we're going to kind of work through the different scenarios. So here, right, a lot of the money, issues, quote unquote, in the collective start at our coccyx down here, right? And then they come up to like right about here. There's some that merge up here, but a lot of our money issues come down here. And think about it, it's like you have your root chakra, you have your sacral, you have your, solar plex in here too, right? So our I call the root chakra our wealth kingdom. You know, our lower chakras is what grounds us into the world. And this is really interesting because a lot of people hang out in their higher chakras, their heart, their throat, their third eye, their crown, right? And the upper chakras are really quantum. They're really expansive in the quantum, right? When you come down into your lower chakras, you're more grounded on earth. So it's kind of funny, but I want to tell you, uh, you might think that you're not a master at manifesting, but you actually are. But if you hang out up here more in your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, you actually manifest really well in the quantum. So your quantum field is like, oh, there's so much juiciness, right? But the power of being deeply connected in your body is bringing it all and grounding, boom, 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 boom. Right. So when you can really anchor into earth, you actually bring all the beautiful manifestations down into the earthly plane where you can actually receive them. So if you thought, Melissa, I'm just really bad at manifesting, no, you're probably just hanging out here because a lot of people don't feel safe in their lower chakras or their lower spine because your lower spine, my loves, is your fucking power. Remember, the Kundalini energy hangs out about around here. So if you're not wanting to tap into your power, you're gonna be like, I'm up here. I'm just gonna hang up. Especially, I'm gonna hang up. Have you ever said, "Oh my God, I'm so floaty," or I feel like whenever I get an activation, I'm just like, oh, right? Because it's easier to receive it up here for you. So today, I really want to invite you to calm down into your fucking gorgeous body so that you can receive your manifestations. You can heal any, quote unquote, wounds or trauma going on in your spine and your body as a whole. It's magic. Okay, I'm going to pause here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Bates. I am a beautiful, divine quantum healer, channeler, a high level channeler, as well as a light language guru, guide, facilitator. And the reason I say guru, because it's easy to understand. What does a guru mean in this lifetime, right? It's not because I'm like, I am the guru. It's like because that is what my soul is. So when I speak, I channel this, right? My soul's channeling this. My soul's like, I am a master fucking quantum healer. Like that is my soul, right? Those are my soul gifts. Those are my soul codes. So in this world, I really help people, one, activate their light language, activate their abundance and money, help them heal, tap into the high vibrational frequency lives that they want to have. And I do this with my gifts. And my gifts are, once again, light language, quantum healing, channeling, working within the spine, working within all of our different bodies. We have our light body, our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our pain bodies, our bliss bodies. We got a lot of bodies. Oh, it's 11:11. Bing. 11:11. Angels are here with us. So also beautiful beings of light that I channel, high angelic realm. I channel a lot of beautiful divine galactic beings of light, like the Blue Avian Council of Light, Octurian Council of Light, um, Lyra, Sirius, Palladians, y'all, Galactic Federation of 100% love and above, Sophia Christ Consciousness, Ascended Masters, dragons from Sophia Christ Consciousness, beautiful dragon tribe. I channel a lot. I channel a lot of beautiful divine beings of light, and I feel very gifted and honored. So if you did not know me, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself to you so you would be like, what is she talking about? Oh, this is her path, this is her mission. I totally get it, right? And obviously I just want you to know me. So if we haven't met yet in this lifetime, always feel free to leave a message below and or message me on Instagram and let me know, hey, I came from YouTube, or hey, I came from your podcast and I just wanted to say hello. This was my takeaway, or I just wanted to say hello. I would love to meet you because I have been actively calling in a lot of soul tribe. So come say hello. And if any of my programs or services offer like really, I offer them to you. But if any of my programs and services really inspire you to grow, evolve, expand, then I welcome you into my beautiful services as well. So, and also hit that like button and hit those 5 stars, right? Yeah. Okay. So going back to the energetics of our spine. And the reason why I stopped and did a little dilly daddy is because we're going to take you through a transmission, of course. We're going to take you through a beautiful healing transmission. And in order for that to be, for your body to be ready for that, we have to mentally, physically, and, you know, not really necessarily emotionally, but mentally, physically prepare you. And also, it's an invitation. So, maybe you just want to learn about what I'm putting down. So, once I go onto the transmission, you can say, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't really want the transmission. I'm obviously going to tell you what the transmission is before I do it actively so you can, have the choice or not. But one of my biggest paths is bringing down a lot of light code. So obviously I work with light language. So for me, when I'm explaining this to you, I'm going to explain to you how I'm releasing and also how I am infusing the vertebrae and the spine with so much more light, which actually creates more space in your body and your nervous system to hold more, right? Okay, so starting at our cervical. Our cervical is where we are so good at holding stress, right? Think about how many times you're like, oh, my shoulder. Or you get a massage and they're like, oh, what's going on with that? And you're like, yeah, my life is stressful, right? So this is where you can really ease and release a lot of tension. Your thoracic is more so, these heart-centered emotions, right? And it's not just you, it's also ancestral, right? So if there's a lot of heartbreak in your ancestral lineage, that can be stored in your, thoracic as well. And when I say this, so for example, maybe in this lifetime you've gone through heartbreak, maybe you've never have, and if you haven't, then okay, honey, right? I definitely have gone through heartbreak. So if I give myself an example, when my past relationship we released, how do I want to express this? It was not that it was traumatic, but it was traumatic on my heart, right? It was really traumatic on my heart. My consciousness was like, I get it, I understand it. We weren't meant to work together anymore, right? But my heart was like, right? So between vertebrae T5 through T8, which is really directly close to the heart, I my spine, instead of my spine being like open and my spine went right. So all the emotions that I had from that heartbreak, what does this do? This stores them in the body, and it also starts to create your experiences. So if I didn't take the time to heal that, and open it up again, my heart would have been more closed off. And then I wouldn't have been in the space of allowing love to come into my life. So if this is you right now, if you're like, oh my God, Melissa, literally you're talking to me, you're talking to my soul. If you feel like you've gone through something, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, it can be anything. But you're like, I just don't trust people. I just can't let anyone in my life. It's most likely because it's shut down and there's no space for you to, the word is breathe, right? There's no space to allow in the love. You just closed it off. Now I want to go into money and I'm going to come down here into our lumbar, right? This is a lot of money codes right here from L1 to L5, massive money codes. A lot of times when we grow up in lack, scarcity, fear, like myself, literally grew up in lack, scarcity, fear, our lumbar, our sacral, our coccyx, all small, right? So there's really no room for us to hold money, right? And I love that I know you're understanding what I'm putting down. And I love that I get to present this to you in a new way. Isn't this fucking powerful? This is amazing. So when I do healing with people, especially around money and abundance, I come into their lumbar and I start releasing. I'm like, okay, what's going on between L1 and L2? Oh, there's a lot of lack and scarcity. Boom, let's open that up, adding in more light, and we're going to clear that out. Boom. Right? So the other day I had a beautiful call and this woman was feeling so stuck around money. And this is exactly what I did. I went through her lumbar, all of the vertebrae in her lumbar, and I released the lack, the scarcity, the fear, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, well, how do you feel about calling in money now? And she was like, oh, I feel amazing, right? Because you actually have space to receive, right? Sometimes we think, oh, it's just my conscious. Oh, it's just my subconscious. No, it's in the body, right? The other day I did a podcast and I said the body keeps the score. The body keeps the score. The body keeps the score, right? Our spine, our nerves, it's all interconnected. It's all interco-creating. There's always like signals, boom, 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 here, 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 here. So our lumbar and our nervous system is a big impactful space for our financial wealth and abundance. You know, when it comes to the nervous system, and I want to say this because I have to say this. Yesterday I was sitting with this beautiful soul here in Bali, which I know, and she, you know, shared something with me that she received from someone else too. And what she said to me is, my body, my nervous system is not meant to hold money. God's meant to hold my money. God's meant to hold my money, right? Like, tap into that. God's meant to hold my money, right? Feel that. Like, and if you feel like this feels very significantly right, Melissa, then you can say, God, Source, Universe, of all there is, I invite you to hold my soul wealth and pour it into me. I invite you to hold my soul wealth and pour it into me. I invite you to hold my soul wealth, God, Source, Universe, of all there is, and pour it into me, right? Our body is here to process. Our body is here to ascend. Our body is here to grow, evolve, and expand. And a lot of times when we're going through that growth process, the idea of holding money feels like, this is the thing. When we come in as souls, we have millions and billions of dollars that we can access. So that actually can feel overwhelming to our nervous system and sometimes our soul, depending on where we are, and our body, our consciousness, our subconsciousness, our ego. So we rather just go, you know what, in this lifetime, no, I'll just struggle. It's easier. I can't even imagine making space right now for that money, right? So maybe if that's you right now, I definitely recommend Divine God, Source, Universe, of all there is, hold my wealth, hold my money, hold my soul wealth, and just give it to me as I ask. and give it to me in overflow, right? Give it to me as I ask, give it to me in overflow. If you see that I'm requiring it, send it through ASAP in expected and unexpected ways. Woo! Right? And if you hear anything in the background, they're building maybe a hotel or a house on the side of me. So Bali is obviously on the rise. Right? So going back to the lumbar and the finances, when we think of the idea, okay, now I can just give God, source, universe of all there is the ability to hold my money, then my body's just like, I can just kind of relax, right? But this is the thing. As beautiful divine beings of light, we've also signed up with these beautiful things called oaths, contracts, vows, allegiances, promises, permissions. Yes, we have. So people that are still co-creating with the ancestral lineage very deeply from, L1 all the way down to your coccyx, your whole, it could be restricted still. And this is your job to heal it, right? This is your job to heal that space, right? So that was my job when I came in. Source, universe of all there is, God is teaching me a new way. That was the old money paradigm. And God has taught me the new money paradigm where we can actually disconnect from our ancestral lineage, but still heal them at the same time, which means your beautiful divine lumbars, your lumbar, whatever that is of the ancestral, it releases and then you have more space. So maybe you're like, oh, I no longer co-create with my ancestors. I still invite them to be healed. And then you're like, oh my God, Melissa, my money just started elevating, right? Isn't that beautiful? But then there's that next layer of, okay, in this lifetime, I came here to prepare not only myself, but the collective for more abundance. So then there's other internal lessons stored within that Kundalini energy, stored within that spine, stored within your body, right? So now stay with me, y'all. Take a deep breath in. And it's 11:23, 1, 2, 3, perfect divine alignment. Hi, Munaya Manaya, Namuniya Naya. Okay, so now, if you feel you're on a money journey and you haven't approached your nervous system or your spine, this is where I invite you to start doing the work there, because I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you some examples of myself. I'm going to give you some examples of beautiful, um, just massive shifts, clients, things of that sort. Right. So when in 2021, I took my business to six figures, and it was like cool. So my energy, boom, it was just like the vibrancy was, super high, right? So I was just making money, making money, making money, making money. But then when my nervous system started kind of going through this process and I started choosing a different ascension, I started to feel my money not as expansive. So then that brought me into the nervous system to start creating a foundation, right? So I started doing a lot of nervous system work. And what I experienced when I started doing a nervous system work is I started experiencing my money expanding again, right? And the reason, the universe teaches you things in really beautiful ways, right? Wink, wink. The first time the universe told me that I needed to actively learn about money and feel more safe around money was when I was making 500, like probably barely $500 in my business a month in 2020. And then all of a sudden, I brought on light language, quantum healing, channeling, and I had my first $4,000 month. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm making $4,000 a month, doing what I love, hanging out with people that are freaking awesome. Like, this is fucking cool, right? But then the next month, straight down. And I said, oh, I can feel stuff in my spine. It's for the collective. We're going to do the transmission. Don't worry. You probably feel what I'm putting down, and a lot of you are getting, and this is the thing, when I do these beautiful podcasts, YouTube, I'm speaking in the collective. So you're feeling it in the quantum, right? Those of you that are already that are, let me explain this. In the quantum, our souls communicate all the time, really. And especially those of us that have contracts together. Same thing with my mentors. When I was ready for my light language to grow, I was in the quantum going, who can help me? Who can help me? I'm ready to turn on my light language and quantum healing. Who can help me? My mentor didn't activate in this lifetime. Now she's activated. But when I was wanting to, she wasn't activated at that point. Right. So then, which I actually activated her, which is powerful. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, I love the whole, obviously we live in this reality, but like the whole expansion of our souls meeting on earth multiple times, like it's so freaking cool. Like today I had a soul blueprint reading with a beautiful female that's here to speak quantum healing and light language, or here to do quantum healing and light language and channeling. And, when I was reading our contracts, I was like, you were actually my mentor in a lot of lives. You actually helped me become a light language master. So, in order, it's just really cool to be like, and now I get to activate you. And I also like to make this reflection because a lot of people that follow me know, how embodied and expansive I am with light language. So when I'm telling someone, well, you're the one that taught me, they're like, wait, what? Wait, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me digest this for a minute. And I'm like, isn't that really cool? So and I've had multiple calls like that before. Our soul tribe is really awakening with light language and quantum healing and channeling. And we're meeting each other even more so now. So, you know, when I birthed the Light Language Academy, I didn't just birth it because I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I was literally, well, actually, my healer was like, my healer's like, oh, your team is inviting you to teach light language now. And I was like, what? I didn't know that was my contract. But okay, like soul driven, literal soul driven. So I built first I started the light language experience just by I think I was doing one-off calls, and then I did a month program, and now it's 6 beautiful months, right? So it took me time to gain my bearings with working with people to understand what people required. But now the Light Language Academy is over 26 plus modules. There's business in there, there's money in there, there's, grid work, there's obviously channeling, light language, and quantum healing, there's quantum technology. Like it is a plethora of magic inside. But it was me taking the time to really sit and ground in this vessel, this soul path, right? A lot of times, in the collective, there's so many people that want to be soul driven, but they forget to go to source. And the source is their soul, right? And I'm going to speak of God too, but the source of all your wisdom and magic is your soul. And then you co-create with God to bring it into fruition, right? So, long story short, here I am. And here you are. No, but a lot of our spine is really holding these beautiful keys. So when I was not light language active, quantum healing active, channeling, all of my gifts were just hanging out in my coccyx until I started calling in the quantum and inviting people to help me heal, activate my light language, right? I feel there's so much moving in the spine right now. So if you're feeling that, what we're doing is we're moving out that ancestral fear. And once again, you can say, Melissa, you can say it out loud, yes, go for it, or you can say, no, thank you. So, right now, through your spine, removing this ancestral fear around your soul gifts, or where you feel like money is a burden, or you feel like your soul gifts are a burden. We're just doing a little bit of a cleansing, clearing, and purification before we talk a little bit deeper about the sacral. Drink some water, yo. Woo, woo, woo. And if you feel like you just need to rotate your body a little bit, just do a little movement because that helps just move the energy. Feel like you need to shake, dance, like that already feels good, right? Because you're moving the energy. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Okay, so we talked a little bit about money. We talked a little bit about, the ancestral connection in our spine, in our nervous system. And now I want to talk about our spiritual gifts. I am going to talk particularly about light language. And I'm going to do a nice little light language transmission and activation. And I will tell you this, you know, I recently checked my stats for my podcast, and the most listened to episodes are about light language. And for some reason, that came to me as a shock. I don't know why. It only makes sense because that is who I am. But I just, it's just really interesting, right? I have, I think I have more people that come to me for money rather than light language. Um, I still have a beautiful amount of people that come to me for light language, but I think over the past 2, 3 years, it has been like all about money, right? Oh, really, really deeply in money. So when I check my stats, and it only makes sense, and I want to tell you this because I always ask God, source, universe of all theirs, I'm like, what season of creation am I in? What season of creation am I in? And in I want to say 2021, 2022, or yeah, like 2020, 2021, 2022, it was like money, abundance, and still some light language. But now tables have turned, y'all, and the season is like light language, light language, light language. So I have been making more content around light language, and it's working. And you guys are telling me that's what you want to hear about. So I'm more than happy to talk about it. And if you don't know, I do have my Light Language Academy, obviously, but I also have my light language workshops, and I have two. I have light language workshop part one, light language workshop part two. So if you've been wanting to elevate your light language and tap into your quantum healing and channeling, but you're like, okay, the academy just doesn't feel ready for me yet. Um, Tap into the light language workshops. They're so powerful, they're so expansive. Also, if you're listening to this um beautiful video, aka and or podcast, because it's going to be on the podcast too. Right now it's July, and I have a beautiful community expansion. It's called Step into Overflow. So Step into Overflow Juicy July, and basically like 90% of my business is 50% off. And the Light Language Academy is Light Language Workshop 2. I still have some one-to-one packages that are half off right now. And then I have some money programs and things of that sort. So if you've been looking for all things light language, money, healing, manifestation, check out that beautiful Step into Overflow. And I'll make sure I link everything below, of course. And if you have any questions, always email me, Melissa at Melissa B. Bates, and or DM me on Instagram, Melissa B. Bates _. Okay, do a little bit more rotation because this transmission's coming in hot, y'all. I feel it. Whew, it is just like it feels like it's just like burning off the debris. It's like you don't. It's like you don't serve me, I release you. You don't serve me, I release you. You don't serve me, I release you. Which that's also why I love doing what I do because you really see instant transformation. And before I actively became, a light language facilitator and quantum healer, I experienced it for myself. I saw I felt different inside. My first healer and mentor did a lot of healing with my inner child, and I just noticed my money shifted, my business shifted, and I was like, "What are you doing? This is crazy." I have been struggling for all of my life, right? So to see such instant results with this work, it only, created the love of this work for me. And then when I opened it up and I saw so many people coming in my business and so many people having these major expansive, results, I was like, this is where it's at. So if you haven't experienced any of my services and you are requiring, mentorship or guidance, then I definitely invite you into all the magic. Okay, let's get to your spine because this transmission is ready to pop. So we are going to go into thoracic, right? So basically T1 through T12. I'm going to do this. We're going to create some space. And I'm going to add in some light. Shua, shua. You probably feel an expansion in your spine. How'd that feel? Felt good, right? Y'all, I do these sessions on myself. And not only do I do these sessions on myself, but I also know other people that work with this modality. So I also tap into their sessions. Okay, now we're gonna go into the lumbar, opening it up. Light. You might feel a little rotation. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Some of you might feel like, oh my God, I can breathe, right? Especially around finances. When you feel so restricted around finances, your whole life just shuts down because it's like, I gotta pay the bills, I gotta eat. Like when you're only thinking about that, you can't live your life to the fullest. You can't go, oh my God, I wanna go on a vacation, or I wanna go on this beautiful day with my partner. It's like survive, 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 survive. You're in this cloud of fog, right? But you do not have to stay there. And this is also why I love what I do, right? I love what I do because this helps people live higher vibrational lives, right? So good. Okay. Cervical. Open that up. Your neck might want to move a little bit. And just inviting to release for stress. Release that stress. Woo. So good. Oh my God. Can you feel the energy flowing through? And this is the thing, and I say this a lot. I feel energy drunk, which is a good thing because that just means there's so much love going out in the quantum and in the field. So when your spinal column is energetically restricted, what it really wants to come through is you're missing out on life because your energetic column. You can think of your spine as it's your backbone. It's really creating the space for you to stand in life, right? And that only makes sense because when you think about it, your spine is also holding the wisdom, the expansion, love, opening opportunities, right? Your Kundalini energy is in co-creation with your spine. Your Kundalini energy will drop little bing, bing. There you go. Bing, bing. There you go. All the way up to your conscious, right? Your brain, your and then your consciousness expands, right? If you ever thought like, how the heck does my consciousness expand? It's because your Kundalini energy holds that wisdom, and it will go trickle up your spine into your brain, subconscious, conscious, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, I totally feel different today. I totally feel elevated today. That's what's happening. And you know, when you really start working with your like a Kundalini and awakening, right? I'm sure some of you have had those before. Kundalini activation. You get your Kundalini activation with the right mentor. And then after that, you feel so expansive, so open, because boom, all of that energy is rushed up into your conscious mind, subconscious mind, your brain. Boom. The amygdala. Boom. Boom. Right? And you're like, who the fuck am I? I am fucking powerful. Because you feel your power. We have multiple power centers in our body, but our Kundalini energy, y'all, if you felt it before, you know what I'm putting down. Like when you are Kundalini activated on a continuous, pattern and living from that energy, you just walk around like a magical unicorn. And some people probably think you're like cracked out. Because you're like, I'm so good. Life is great, right? There's so many people in Bali that literally live in their Kundalini energy, and it only makes sense because they're like, hi, ooh, yes, I love you, right? Because they know the feeling of peace and harmony because they're tapping into it, that we are peace, we are love, we are harmony, we are abundance, we are oneness, we are whole and complete, right? That's our energy, that's our soul, that's our source energy. But when we're so restricted in all avenues of our body, not just our spine, even on an energetic level, right? Our chakras, our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, it all co creates together. So, this is what I want to say. If you desire to really shift, you want to start with your nervous system and your spine. Because if your spine is holding on to density around money, it's shooting it up to your conscious, shooting it up to your brain, shooting up to your subconscious. It's flowing out to your nerves. Your nervous system is like, I can't hold that money. I can't bring in those clients. I can't, right? But when you start working with your spine and you make more space, boom. Thank you. So the other day I made a beautiful podcast, which you might have listened to, about a beautiful soul that, like, every time the nervous system work dropped in, it was like, I just got a four-figure client. I just got a four-figure client. I just got a four-figure client because we worked so much in the lumbar, our financial area of our spine, right? In our sacral and our coccyx, really rooted here on earth, right? And with that rootedness, all the stuff in the quantum is able to drop in. So, like, what do you have that is so available for you, but something within your energetic field, your spine is saying, I can't support that. I can't have that. And I am not worthy of that, right? Because we do have those old patterns. Sometimes they're ancestral, sometimes there's things that we experience this lifetime that have created this constriction, contraction of like, I am so worthy. I am not worthy, right? So if your spine in your energy, it's like, I am worthy, your spine is more open. And you know, it's like some people are like, oh, you're standing up more tall, right? And they're getting like, they're going to the chiropractor or every, right? Um, it's because you have more space, you're more elongated, right? The other day I told my friend, I'm like, I feel like you just keep getting taller. She's already hovering over me, but I'm like, I just feel like you keep getting taller. I'm like, I need to get some heels. Which is funny because back in the day, y'all, your girl always wore heels. And now I'm like sandals every single day of my life, even if it's raining. I love the comfort, right? Little sidetrack. Okay, how are you feeling? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Shraddha. What's your biggest takeaway so far, right? Now we're going to do this transmission. So the transmission that we're going to do, we're going to bring in light through this part. So right up the back of your spine right here. And then it's going to come in here and it's going to go out here. So I want to explain the experience for you. We're going to do it very gently. But this, I'm going to do it for myself first so that you can see. Okay, are you ready? Right? Opening up that leg. You are yawn. Oh, just more open, right? Literally opening up your body to receive. I want to say this. I know I say a lot, but I love it. Nervous system work, spinal energetic work is the best to open up your space to receive. So when you come into my receiving, I have receiving sessions. And basically, I just work on your gift of receiving. It's our normal gift, but a lot of times we shut it down. When I first started this journey with money, my first task was to learn how to receive again, right? Because every time you receive something, I'm just getting you ready, opening up that back energy, bringing more light into your back, right? Okay. So every time dropping in, okay, let's do this transmission. So take a deep breath in. Once again, if you want to experience it, experience it. If you don't, your vibe. Okay, take a deep breath in. Let it go. Coming at the bottom of your coccyx. Shoo, moving up your sacral, lumbar, staying right here. Thoracic, staying right here. Beautiful. Cervical, beautiful. Coming up here, shadrakai in. You might feel like this, like just like opening of your mind, your consciousness, right? You know, a question that you can ask yourself is, what can I see now that I didn't see before? Right? Maybe it's like, oh, I can see more love. I can see more money. I can see the opportunities. I can see more clients. I can see, like this is the thing. When our mind is closed down, our body is concaved and restricted, then we're not going to be out here going, oh my God, I can build this multi-million-dollar business. I can call in these clients. I can dream up the man or woman, a beautiful soul of my life, right? We're not thinking that way. We're just like, my life sucks. Or why am I doing this cycle over and over? Or why can I just figure it out? We're thinking these things. And that's not us. That's not our truth. Our truth is open. Ah, God, what is available for me today? I surrender. Show me, lead me, guide me. And then you start to really enjoy life more. And you start to have more opportunities. And you start to just go, of course this is happening to me. Would I ever think anything else? No, this was meant to be. This is wildly amazing, right? So good. Oh, so good. How are you feeling? Drop it in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. So we are almost complete, but I just want to give you a little bit more information. So we worked a lot in the back of our spine. There's also the front of the spine. It's the front of our spine. So that can also be, you know, a little bit more constricting. So I'm just going to send that light up the front of our spine. Ooh, another open. Oh, what's available for me now? Everything that I desire, heaven on earth. Boom, boom, boom. The man of my dreams, everything I want and desire. Cool, right? So, you know, today you did get a beautiful activation. This is what I want to say. Over the next 2, 3 days, just pay attention to like, how am I viewing things? How am I feeling in my body? Do I feel more? When you do this work, you ground into your body, right? You feel more centered, you feel more peaceful. We're just doing a little bit of clearing because obviously it's energy, so you're releasing too. So I'm just going to call on beautiful angels to surround you, help you clear, cleanse, and purify anything that you were releasing personally right here, right now. Thank you. High angelic realm. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Octarian Council of Light. Thank you. Thank you. Little helpers, a little light being help. They're not little, obviously. Powerful, but a little help. Major help, actually. Yeah. Okay. So to I have a Octurian, Blue Avian, Sophia Christ Consciousness, Dragons on our Dragon Tribe channel that I'm gonna add into this so we can just close it up. But before I want to close it up, please know that what you received today is a big energetic expansion. Drink all the water, get the green juice, eat the fruits, journal when you want to journal. Take time to meditate, get out in the earth, get out on the earth, ground yourself, go to the beach, go to the lakes. Really come back to nature. When you come back to nature, you come back to your peace, you come back to truth, right? But that peace, this is also what I say, so many times we're like, oh, I got to get out of this place to find my peace, but your peace is also made inside of you. But sometimes there's so much energy going on, there's so many stagnant energy blockages, limitations, where you don't feel peaceful inside. You feel like, oh, I cannot, right? Yeah, take a deep breath in. So I'm going to go into a little trance channel from the Octurians first, and they're going to talk all about your spine and the gifts that are available to you in there. So when you're ready, just take a deep breath in. Greetings from the High Octarian Council of Light. We are here to guide you, mentor you, and lead you into the inner being and knowing that your truth resides within your spinal column. We invite you to remember that you are a peaceful being of light, and we invite you to come back to that inner peace and inner knowing that your truth is always able to be found, sought out right here, right now. We invite you to surrender to the process of growing, evolving, and really seeing yourself as a beautiful being of light that is here to evolve, ascend, and not cower. Your light is powerful. You are here and meant to be known with your soul gifts, and we invite you to rise. In this month of July 2024, there are many of you seeking your soul opportunities, and today we would like to greet you with a beautiful soul opportunity that is just for you. We call you forward to illuminate your path as these beautiful beings of light that are here to work deeply within the quantum field, the energetic system, the nervous system, the brain, the cells, the quantum field of reality. So today we invite you into this beautiful journey known as the Light Language Academy. There are a lot of you here that seek this podcast and this expansion visually to receive and expand your results. We invite you to know that there's more expansion within the container that I am. So we invite you to remember your truth, trust your path, and seek this opportunity to rise within the Light Language Academy. We are so excited to meet you inside. We are so excited to train you, guide you, lead you within the walls of the Light Language Academy. Oh, thank you. I just require a moment. I love channeling, y'all. The other day, I actually wrote a list out. I'm like, what things do I love doing in my business? And literally, number one was channeling. And this was it. When I started my business, or quote unquote, I started the energetic expansion of my business, bringing on the channels from the Arcturian Council of Light, from the angels, from my soul. It was the most. I don't even have words for it. I want to say luxurious. It was the most luxurious experiences that I was having. So being able to channel these beautiful divine beings of light is not only a gift to you, but it's also a gift to me because I love doing it. My soul is like, so thank you for receiving that message from the Arcturian Council of Light. That was a trance channel. When you're a trance channel, you kind of allow the Arcturians to flow through you and you kind of shift your consciousness and then you come back. So you probably saw when I came back, I was like, ooh, coming back into my body, grounding into it. I'm obviously here grounded, but when you come back, there's more grounding that you get to do. So the next channel is Sophia Christ Consciousness. It's not a trance channel, it's more of just an energetic receiving transmission. And it's an actual transmission. And this is just to help you receive your soul activations today, wherever you're blocking them off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. There is some fire in that. And it's funny because being a channel quantum healer, you receive different ways of doing it. Me and my healer, one of my healers, and one of my other clients, and other clients too, but I've noticed this in one of my other, actually previous clients, we burp like nobody's business. And I also had someone tell me, like, they were like, Spirit, is there any way else that I can move energy? And Spirit's like, that's your body's choice, right? So I yawn, I burp, and I just let it be, y'all. So if you're already a quantum hero, you already do energy work, and maybe you have the burping thing that comes on, I'm gonna invite you to just surrender to it. It is what it is. It's moving energy. It's showing people, not only showing people, but showing yourself that you're moving energy. So it's just your natural response to energy. There's nothing wrong with it, right? So if you needed to hear that today, you're welcome. Okay, we have one more beautiful channel. And this is another trans channel from the Blue Avians of 100% love light above. It's calling in God, Source, Universe of all there is. Anchor me in. Calling God, Source, Universe of all there is to support my energy. I only choose to co-create with beings of light that are 100% love light above, always and forever. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Ah, Greetings from the Blue Avian Council of Light. Today we are here to rise with you. We are here to empower you in knowing that you are ready to ascend and evolve and expand. We invite you to open our hearts with us in this beautiful transmission. Very fast, very quick. And then we're going to follow it up. Oh, that felt so loving. Oh my God, don't make me cry. Y'all, I just have to tell you, when you really start channeling these oh, I receive that. Thank you. I receive all the love. I receive it so much. I receive it. 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 Oh, thank you. Oh, Blue avians are working in our hearts right now. So, if you're very sensitive to energy, you're probably feeling what I'm feeling. If you're new to energy or maybe not as sensitive, they're working in your heart so deeply. And they're just literally, it's like a fountain of love. Like, I just feel like there's like this gold love, and they're just like pouring it in your heart. And they're saying thank you, and they're welcoming us. A lot of people don't channel the blue avians yet. It's not as well known as like the Palladians or the Arcturians. Um, or the ascended masters, archangels, right? But the blue avians, just as all the other beings of light, are so loving. Like, I will tell you, when I first started working with the blue avians in like 2022, the love that I felt from them was insane. The quantum technology that I felt from them was insane, right? So when you do come into the Light Language Academy, you co-create with the Arcturian Council of Light, Blue Avian Council of Light, High Angelic Realm, God Consciousness, your soul, Sophia Christ Consciousness, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Angels, um, dragons. Like, you meet the Galactic Federation, like so much more. Some people are channeling earth elements and fire elements and air and wind and the trees and Mother Earth. Obviously, we channel Mother Earth. Hello. The Light Language Academy is where you meet these beautiful divine beings of light. And of course, you can meet them on your own, of course, right? But when you really want to learn how to work with them and co-create with them, the Light Language Academy is, open now in this moment in time to support you. And y'all experience, like, I don't finding this gift has been one of the best things that I've ever activated in my life. It's crazy for me because I walk around very soul expressed, y'all know. And I meet so many people that are like, I'm not quite sure. I just don't get it. I just don't know. And obviously I'm here to help you ascend, right? That's why I have my soul blueprint readings, to help you remember who the fuck you are. But when I meet these people, because a lot of the people around me are very soul express, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I don't want this for humanity. I want humanity to walk around soul expressed and feeling confident and knowing that there's so much love just in their corner. you know, Yesterday when I was at a women's circle, I expressed that, going through the waves of life, right? There's sometimes I remember there are points on the time when, like, 2022 2022 was a year for me. I remember being on the end of 20 yeah, the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I think, yes. I remember being on the floor and crying and asking my angels to just hug me because that's what I needed. And when you ask your angels to hug you, like, when you're very energetically sensitive, you feel it, but your angels are hugging you, or your angels are supporting you. Or if you're like, oh my God, I can't find a freaking parking space. And then all of a sudden, when you say that, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, my angels are supporting me, right? Or the other day, no one could find my Airbnb. So they kept canceling on me. They're like, I can't find you. I can't find you. And I said, angels, God, find me someone that is willing to make the journey, right? And then boom. Okay, let it boom. The time, the license plate, a part of the license plate was 123, the man that picked me up. And then him taking me to my new hotel, the arrival time was 12:35. 123. Tell me that's not a fucking angelic sign of like, I got you, right? You know, obviously we've done so much work on this beautiful video and podcast today, and I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I really want you to know that the support that you're seeking is here. Sometimes it's just sending a prayer out to the universe. Sometimes it's opening up to a friend, opening up to a partner, opening up to brother, sister, cousin, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, great grandma, great grandpa, even our beautiful ancestors that we can still, ask for the support, right? On my team, I have so many beautiful ancestors that I, two that I met in this lifetime, right? That support me. I tell you the love that they sent. Um, when I was young, one of my like grandpa, his name, we called him Pow Pow, and I'm in Bali, okay? I'm in Bali. I was on the back of the bike going somewhere and I saw this sign and it literally said Pow Pow. I've never seen it in LA or traveling ever, whatever. But this month in Bali has really took me into some deep healing, some deep processing, some deep growing. And I think I was calling on all the team, like just support me. And seeing that pow pow, I was just like, I'm so supported. You're so supported. And maybe you needed to hear this today. Maybe you felt alone. And I want to tell you, you're not alone. It's very easy for us, very high beings of light, to feel that way because we have such a high consciousness and we feel like no one can understand us, no one can support us, no one can hold us. But in all reality, people are here to support us and hold us. And I went to a women's circle yesterday, and when it was my turn to speak, it was all about your desires. It was my turn to speak. Oh, it's 12:03, 123. It was my turn to speak. And the first thing I said was, I'm really good at smiling through it. I'm really good at smiling through it. But I'm not the greatest at opening up. And there are people in my life that I will open up to, but it's not as often. And especially through this time, I've kind of been in this cave, right? And yesterday, when I just opened up to everything that I've been shifting through, and it just felt so good. It felt so amazing. So if you haven't allowed yourself to open up to someone lately, you know, do it. You never know what you're going to receive. And I know I have so many people to support me. They always tell me, right? But also I am in the space of mastery. So I kind of get in this loop of like, okay, so what does this mean? Da-da-da, 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 right? But then it's also like, hey, Melissa, take a breath, come out into the world, speak your truth, right? Like, so, and you know what happened after the women's circle? My friend was actually leading the women's circle, and she's like, I want you to know, you call me. Even if you're like, I just need you to listen to me, you call me, we'll have that chat. So it's just a reminder that when you actually open up to receive the support, it's already there. Even if our conscious mind can't see it, it's already there. So if you needed to hear that today, open up for the support, whether it be whatever area of your life. It doesn't even matter. I don't have to even name all the areas because you know where you require support in this moment. But if you are requiring support, I'm going to give myself an easy plug in. If you are requiring support to become that light language, expansion or activator, the quantum healer, the channel, building your business, activating your money gifts, I really invite you. I really invite you to come into the Light Language Academy, to apply, to trust yourself, to trust the downloads that you've been getting, right? I have people that are like, Melissa, I've been dreaming about coming into the Light Language Academy for years. And I'm like, well, that year is now. Let's do it, right? What's keeping you from it? And of course, it might be like, oh, it's the finances. And I'm like, okay, well, what's keeping you from the finances? And it's like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What's keeping me from the finances? Well, what's keeping you from the finances? Right? That's what you want to approach. If there's desires in your life that you're not being able to pay for, you want to close the gap. What's keeping you from the financial wealth and prosperity that's keeping you from your dreams? Right? Everything's a life lesson, right? So when I wanted to bring on light language, I was, at the point where investing $200 a month was really expansive for me. It was like, okay, right? So when I found my mentor and she was like, it's $800 a month. And I was like, but you know what? I didn't let that phase me. I said, all right, I'm not going to start this month. I'm going to figure it out this month and I'm going to start next month. That's what I said. I went all the fuck in, right? And then within a week, I had a $3,000 VIP client come in and she paid her first installment of $1,000. Where do you think 800 of that $1,000 went? To my mentorship. This is who I am now because I made that choice, right? So if that situation feels very similar to you, I want to give you two ways of expanding. One, I invite you to start going through the process of healing your money story. That's number one. Number two is if you want to take this big leap in your soul path and you go all in, maybe it's myself or maybe it's another mentor that you've been really wanting to anchor into. You say, God, source, universe of all there is, I will for damn sure be in the Light Language Academy this July for this round. It's not the first round. It's like, I don't even know how many rounds at this point. I've been doing this for basically 4 years. So it's like, I'm going to be in this round and I'm going to surrender the timeline to you, God, and I'm going to expect for myself to be in there. And of course, if it's for the highest, you're going to be in there. Or if not, the God might redirect you and go, okay, for your highest right now, join Light Language Workshop number 1, and then join Light Language Workshop number 2, and then approach the academy, right? Because that might be where you are right now. And this is what happens with the Light Language Workshops. How much ever you pay, because the Light Language Workshops are 50% off right now too. So say you do Light Language Workshop 1 and Light Language Workshop 2, and whatever you pay in that combination of them, and then later on, you're like, Melissa, I'm ready for the Light Language Academy. I discount all of that. So you're already starting in the academy, but you're just starting where maybe your finances are right now, or you're starting where God is directing you. So just pay attention with an open mind and go all in, support yourself, jump in. Also, so the Light Language Workshop number 1, it's already done. I did it in the end of June. So yeah, the end of June. So it's passive now, right? The Light Language 2 workshop is coming up July 28th. If you would like to jump into that in that space. What I am saying is Light Language Workshop and Light Language Workshop 1 and 2, they're similar to each other, but more expansive. But I am bringing some of the Light Language Workshop number 1 into number 2. So if you haven't actively done number 1, you can already jump into number 2. It's 100% okay if you choose to do that as well. I'm going to leave all the links down and you can kind of intuitively tune in what's going to support you in this moment in time. Beautiful. If you have any questions, I do have a Light Language Academy consultation. I'll drop that down below too. It's basically 15 minutes where we chit chat with each other to see, how the Light Language Academy can support you. Um, I took this beautiful soul through a journey with the Light Language Academy today. I did like a little timeline consultation with her, and I took her into the energy of the academy. And I was like, what do you feel here? And basically the essence of is like, I feel home, I feel good, I feel safe, it's exciting, right? And then, well, what's on the other side of this? And I didn't say the Light Language Academy, I just said go into this room, right? And then on the other side of it, she's like opportunities, expansion, like windfalls, like boom, right? And then when she was complete, all I said was, well, that was your journey through the Light Language Academy. Your soul feels home here. Your soul wants to be here. And then on the other side of that is magic that your soul gets to create, right? So I'm going to stop sharing now because probably you're done looking at the spine. But I love and adore you. Thank you for listening to this. I'm so excited to read your comments. So even if you haven't commented yet, please comment your takeaway. Maybe you're feeling something different in your body. Maybe you feel more consciously active. Maybe you want to know about the Light Language Academy, or maybe you want your own personal spinal nervous system session. Um, Links all will be below, right? Sign up for them. I would be so excited to support you. And is there anything else I want to say? I feel whole and complete. You feel whole and complete. Do you feel whole and complete? You can even say it out loud. I feel whole and complete. I am gonna go get some yummy oh, it's 12:12. Angels are always just confirming everything, right? If 12:12 is your sign, then you know. Oh, last thing as well, in August, I'm gonna be starting a quantum money embodiment mastermind 3 months 12 weeks of expansion. So if you want to do, it's basically really to redesign your life, and the main foundation is nervous system work. We're going to create the foundation so you can create that joyous beautiful life that you desire. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to become a nomad, maybe you want to build your business, maybe you want to elevate your money. A lot of times when I do my programs, it's like, oh well, this is just for business, this is just for money, this is just for, so this beautiful mastermind is really to, redesign the whole blueprint of your life so that you can step into the bigger picture and start calling it in and living it out and setting the fundamental foundation in your being to stabilize it, own it, and grow with it, right? A lot of times we'll just manifest and then all of a sudden it crumbles and we're like, what just happened? It's because that foundation's not set. It happens in the spine, it happens in the nervous system. And with that, our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, it becomes a stronger muscle, right? Because we're not holding on to the constriction and the resistance. We're expanded. And remember from that expanded mind, what you felt earlier, opportunities, y'all. And obviously, we're going to be doing quantum healing in there. We're going to work on our money. We're going to work on really shifting your life story, a beautiful identity work inside of there. So, once again, I'm going to drop all the links. You know exactly what you require. So just kind of tune in and go. I hear this a lot. And they're like, Melissa, you have so many services. And I'm like, I know, but you know exactly what you require. If you keep eyeing the Light Language Academy, then you know you keep eyeing it. If you eye the mastermind, then you're like, boom, this is the mastermind, right? I want to pull this. I pulled this card the other day and it's like, you know, you feel it, right? You're going to feel safe to make that decision, right? You're going to feel home, you're going to feel ready. And even if it's like the finances, you're putting down the finances, it's still going to be like, oh, this is so exciting, I'm so excited, right? So like, you know what you require in this moment. And if you feel like, Melissa, I feel really stuck. So I don't know. Send me a DM. Send me a DM on Instagram, Melissa B. Bates _, and I will actively tune in and go, okay, well, I can really feel your soul is calling you to boom. And then you have the option to decide if it feels good to you or not. Whenever anyone does that for me, I just go up to God, and then God and I communicate with your sovereign higher self, your spirit team, and we look at the timelines of what your soul would like to create at this moment, and then we offer you a service to help you get there. So everything's channeled in this business, y'all. I'm feeling some energy in my spine, but it just feels like it's releasing from the collective. I also feel thirsty. Also, drink your water. I love you. I adore you. You're amazing. You're everything. I want to hear the comments, y'all. Drop those comments like you never dropped before. And have a beautiful day. Mhm. Bye, my loves. So it is.